So, Zach, we've had a lot of conversation about the attractions at Walt Disney World, which makes sense. There's, they have a very big appeal to them. They are a large draw. It's a big reason you go to Disney World.
They're very attractive.
They are, good one. They are very attractive. We've talked about our top 10 attractions. We've talked about underrated and overrated attractions. But I think we should talk about just the overall best attraction in all of Walt Disney World. What do you think?
Wow, I don't know if I'm ready. Are you ready?
I think you're ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm ready, then let's go.
Let's go. So this is going to be difficult. How do you pick just one attraction out of all of them at Walt Disney World? And that's like shows and rides and I don't know. Are we including fireworks? It doesn't matter because they're not the best.
No, they are not.
No,
we should also say that this is what we think is the best ride, not our favorite. What we think is the best overall themed story is the best, and the combination of everything is the best.
Yeah, from start to finish, it's the best, most immersive experience, I would say.
Well, my best ride is pretty much the ride everyone expects. My best ride is Ride of the Resistance.
Never heard of it. Ride of the Resistance. You know, I've heard nothing but positive things, but go ahead, say these positive things.
Well, I don't really have anything to say that everyone else in the world hasn't already said about this ride. It in terms of effects, it has practical and screens mixed seamlessly. Everything is just beautiful. It's themed head to toe. There is not anything in there that you would recognize from the outside world.
Ooh. So you just said something that really stood out to me, which was it's a mix of practical effects and screens. And to me, that screams Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, because that was, when I rode that ride for the first time, it blew my mind. So how would Rise of the Resistance rate against Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey?
That's a really good question. So in Forbidden Journey, and I don't want to, well, I guess I don't want to spoil this too much for you, but in Forbidden Journey, the screens are kind of something that you switch to from the or from the practical effects, whereas in Rise of the Resistance, the screens are just mixed with the practical effects. Like it's all integrated together. So there's like practical effects in front of you, and then in the background maybe some screens, or they're used in conjunction with physical sets.
Okay, that sounds better than Harry Potter. Because yeah, it was a little jarring to go from screen to actual and then back to screen. So if it's all integrated really, really well, I can totally appreciate that.
Yeah, you're not switching from screen to not screen. It's all just one seamless thing.
Dang.
One seamless journey.
And it's 360. And it's a trackless ride, so you don't feel like, oh, I can see where I'm gonna go next, or maybe you can, I don't know. But
you can kind of see where the direction you're going, but it definitely takes some twists and turns that you will not expect.
Oh, sneaky.
Oh. So for all those reasons, it's just the most immersive ride. I want to ride it over and over again. There's so much to see on it, and the effects are all amazing. So I can't, there's not a close second ride that's the best in Disney World. It's just Rise of the Resistance and then everything else.
Wow. Okay, well, now that the obvious choice that required no thought at all is out of the way.
Yeah, that was super easy.
Yeah, super easy. Let's go with a more difficult and obvious correct answer for which which attraction is best at all of Walt Disney World, which is my answer because I'm always right.
The electrical water pageant, right?
Hey, why aren't they opening that, by the way, though?
Dude, I don't know.
They're like swimming pools are open, but not the water pageant. Like, are you kidding me? What?
I don't know.
Upset by that. That doesn't make sense.
They think it's gonna draw crowds, I guess, but I think that's a weak excuse.
I've never seen that before.
I know. Me neither.
Anyway,
and I'm gonna miss it. I love the soundtrack to that, and seeing the pageant as I walk out of Magic Kingdom.
Same. Anyway, so in my opinion, combining story and theming and immersion and thrill, if you will. I think that the top attraction in all of Walt Disney World is Expedition Everest. And this did make its way into both of our top 10s because it deserves it, because it's the best. But I think, you know, the story even of Expedition Everest, like your experience with the ride starts before you even get in the queue, because you're walking up to the mountain and you can see it and you're like, oh yeah, this is about to get great. And then the theming within the queue is so good. And I think a lot of it kind of goes over people's heads that you're like going to a Sherpa and you're getting all your gear, stopping at the stops to go on this expedition, and then you go through this museum where they're like, oh, the Yeti, oh my god, it's so scary. But then at the end there's a little tiny piece of paper that says, we don't actually believe in the Yeti, so don't worry about it, it's totally safe, it's fine, go ahead and enjoy your expedition. That little touch alone just totally gets me. I love that amount of theming and that amount of detailing in the queue. The storytelling on the ride and how they use the ride systems to move the story along, where you're going backwards and it feels like you're stopped and it feels like the Yeti is breaking the track behind you with that shadow projection. Then you're thrust forward. It's just like there's so many little elements and details in the ride from start to finish that the storytelling is so rounded out and complete. It's just so good. That's what really gets me, is that storytelling.
I think it's a very good ride, and I do agree that the storytelling in that ride is amazing. But I'm surprised that you think it's better than Flight of Passage, which is one of your favorites.
Flight of Passage is one of my favorites, but I think since we last recorded our favorite video, or our favorite rides video, I think Flight of Passage moved down a couple notches.
Ooh.
I just kind of can't get over the stupid glasses that want to fall off my face. It just breaks my immersion so much. I don't know. But I like a classic high thrill roller coaster personally, and Expedition Everest just does it for me. And then I love that, you know, I mean, when you get off the ride, you get your photo and then you're in the gift shop. But once you exit, you can kind of stand there and continue to watch people coming down the mountain and like watch people off the ride. So I just feel like the ride extends well beyond when you get in the queue, and a little bit beyond when you get... The first time I rode Expedition Everest in like 2012, I missed the Yeti. And I don't know how that's possible, but like I didn't see it and the ride ended and I'm like, wait, was there a Yeti? And my whole family was like, whoa, did you see it? Oh my god. And I'm like, I really actually didn't. And it took me a couple of ride-throughs to actually see the Yeti. And I'm like, oh.
I used to not be able to see the Yeti either. I think they might have changed the lighting at some point around there.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone, because I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. I rode it like 3 times in a row. I was like, maybe I saw it.
Yeah.
It was a dark cave.
And I get the strobe effect to make it look like it's moving or whatever, but it really makes it hard to see.
Yeah.
But he can't move. Or she.
Not anymore. Well, he could move, but the mountain would come down with him.
Yeah, it's not worth people's lives.
Maybe like
or
once.
Is it?
But
is it? No.
One time.
So until I can actually ride Rise of the Resistance, and you know, I know that Expedition Everest is not like an IP. It's not traditionally Disney in any way. It's not attached to a movie or anything. It's not like the first thing you think of when you think of Disney World. But I really like the storytelling of it, and I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I'm afraid that I'm not going to be as into Rise of the Resistance as other people are. But even non-Star Wars people are saying, like, this is the best ride ever. So when I ride it, I think I'll be able to appreciate it and it'll be super cool, but I don't know if it'll take my top spot just because I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not a big Star Wars fan either, but as a theme park fan, I have to sort of appreciate it.
Yeah.
And what they did, it's all very right in front of you. You can see how much work they put into it and how immersive everything in it is. And they did a heck of a job. But back to Everest, I there are some things I love about Everest. The biggest thing, literally, the mountain.
Yeah.
Which you can see from so many places in the park and is always gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think that adds a whole lot to the park, more than just the roller coaster. Because you can see it when you're eating at Flame Tree Barbecue, that you can see it when you're on that bridge with the nice view. There's so many spots where you can see that mountain, and it's just so beautiful, especially at night.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's beautiful at night. First time I saw it at night, I was like, don't cry, don't cry. This is really nice. Don't cry. I don't know why. It just got to me. It really is just beautiful.
So that's a great thing about it. The ride also tells a great story. I love the ride too. It's very disappointing that the Yeti doesn't move.
Yeah.
That just kicks it for me down a notch a bit, but I still love it, and I love that it's tells its own story and isn't a Disney IP.
Yeah, I would love to see more original stories like that incorporated into the Disney parks, rather than these lands that are based on the movies. Like, they're cool, but I want to see more original things.
Definitely.
Fifth Park? Oh, Fifth Park. Oh my God. Let's make that our next video. Fifth Park.
That'll be I have a great idea for that. So
Oh my God.
Stay tuned, folks.
Perfect.
So those are the unquestionable best rides at Walt Disney World. You cannot change those two. Those are the two best for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no point in arguing.
In the comments below.
Yeah, nope, I definitely wouldn't say what your favorite rides are. I'm sorry, not favorite. What the best ride is based on entire experience. I just don't even know if I would go down there and put it.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
But we do thank you for watching and trying to have your own opinion. And we'll see you real soon.
If you like Walt Disney World and want to keep hearing about it, go ahead and hit subscribe. We talk about it every single Sunday. And thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you real soon.